with your hosts, Lauren Dair and Sean Lusk. This is the Music Project.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Lauren Dair.
I'm Sean Lusk.
And this is the Music Project. It is a lovely Sunday here in California.
You say that every time.
But it is lovely.
It's okay outside. It's kind of cloudy.
It was drizzling this morning. It was great. No, I was driving here and I saw these like little patters of rain on my windshield and I was like, oh, it's fall.
It was almost like pouring in San Diego when I woke up.
Yeah?
It was like 8 o'clock and it was like actually raining. I was like, whoa. It was really hot yesterday and now it's raining.
We're getting to that time of year where it's not unbearably hot. Because it used to be that, like, it would be cold in the morning and I'd, like, leave for school in a sweater and, like, you know, all black. And then by noon, I was, like, drenched in my own sweat. But today, you know, like, now we're getting to the point where it's nice and cool. Like, it's sweater weather. You can, like, cuddle up in a blanket at night. Like, it's great. It doesn't feel like we're on Mars.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's cool.
It's perfect California weather around this time of year.
I know. And I feel like we always talk about that. But, like, California is one of those places that when you literally think of sunshine all the time, it's what it is. Like, I think like that in Florida are like the two places you can compare.
Florida rains like a lot though.
Yeah.
They have a lot of rain.
Okay.
That's where I was born.
That's true. But I don't know, like there's something about it that's like no matter when, there's a couple days a year where it's just solid rain, but pretty much the sun will peek up at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
It does not stay hidden. So I'm down for winter. That's all I'm going to say to finish off that topic.
As soon as it gets like towards the end of winter, you're like, oh no, like I can't wait for summer.
No.
And you don't think so?
No.
I feel like at the end of every season, I'm like excited for the next one.
I'm
yes.
always ready for fall and winter. I'm never ready for summer. I'm never. And, you know, think about it. I'm also from Alaska.
Oh,
so when Christmas comes around, I do get slightly depressed because there's no snow.
Yeah.
Like, that is really depressing to me. But I like the cold weather. Like, I like bundling up. And summer is hard because I don't like hot weather.
Yeah.
And, it's nice. You're off to school and you can, like, go do things. But, like, weather-wise, no. I don't like sleeping with a fan on.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I have to have a fan on for white noise.
All right. Fair enough. All right, tell us who we got in studio with us today.
Today we got a very special guest. We have Devin and Tyler from Mycah. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Chilling. Put the mic towards like a little bit, see how mine is like facing me that way.
Oh wait,
get it.
I'm
just so we can hear you better. You know?
Okay, did I do it right?
Yeah, we got you now. You're all good.
Okay, that's good. I'm
solid.
good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. What have you been up to lately?
Just traveling around, playing shows. I mean, we just got off Monsters of Rock cruise.
Oh wow, okay.
So that was a lot of fun. So now we're just kind of like chilling for a little bit, and then we're back out again. So yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, let's take it back all the way to the beginning of time, and just, you know, individually for you guys, how you got started in music, and, you know, did you come from a musical family? Was it something you picked up on your own? And what led you to, you know, your instrument of choice?
Yeah, well, for me, I was 9, and
Your face right now.
You're like, how did that come to be?
well, no, it feels so long ago. I mean, kind of was, but
Like when you have that like quarter life crisis.
yeah, I know, right?
Right.
Oh my God.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my dad had guitars all around me. You know, my dad, he's been a musician for over 40 years, and we both share the same favorite band, which is Kiss. And I just remember, you know, he was always playing their VHSs and whatnot of their live concerts, and I saw that and I'm like, I got to do this. So I picked up originally an acoustic guitar for a couple years, and then I got my first electric, I was like 11, and I just kept at it, just over the years progressed, learned a lot of stuff, and then, just went from there. And now at this point, I've been playing bass for a couple years, to be honest. I was doing the guitar thing for 13, 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so now here I am playing bass with Mycah. And
So what made you switch? Like, what was the...
Me.
yeah, actually. No, I mean, it was good for me though, because I've always been kind of one of those people where I'm all around anyways. I can play a little bit of drums. I can, sing a little bit, keyboards, whatever. And, I guess when you play guitar for that many years, bass can kind of become the second hand, second nature type thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So I actually didn't own a bass, but she had asked and I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
He's got a nice groove. I like that. There's a lot of bass players and young bass players that just don't have a good groove.
They just kind of play the song with don't feel it.
Yeah, like play it, and no, there's a really nice groove and it goes great with the rhythm. So I like it.
I bring the body moves with the groove.
Yes.
So.
Well, I mean, there's a saying that says, it's really easy to be like a beginner intermediate bassist. Like, it's not that hard. You can just kind of play it. But it's really hard to be an advanced bassist. And I think that's true because there's that line that you have to cross.
Yeah.
And I started playing bass because we didn't have a bassist. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll do it temporarily and then we'll find somebody. And we never did. So, in the period that I was in there, I was like, okay. And I would say I was like an intermediate. Like, I could play. I wasn't advanced by any means. But I think that's when the line gets crossed, is when you truly feel the music and you're into it and you're, constantly trying to find new things to, explore the instrument and find something that's unique and different. So, yeah, having the groove, having the feeling, and also being able to really connect to your audience while playing it, because there's so many people that just kind of like, bow their head and just kind of like sit in the corner and dance.
He's so much fun to watch on stage. Really, I get so many compliments for him. I don't know if he actually hears these compliments. We never hear compliments about ourselves to us. It's to each other, or vice versa, bashing about something we did on stage. So I hear a lot of compliments about Tyler on stage and how he plays and how he moves. Ladies like it too. So.
He does all right. He does all right.
It's all right.
All right, Devin, what about you?
I started singing, I guess you could say, for realsies when I was 7. Dad made me study this song, a Britney Spears song. I wanted to be Britney Spears. When I was, for a school talent show. And that was the first time I ever got up on stage and sang. And then I just kept singing. I got up on stage with his band when I was 9 in a club for the first time, so I was legit. And then just from there, I just kept doing my own shows, and I kind of have evolved from different styles of music just to find out who I really am. So, yeah.
How old were you when you first started your first band?
15.
15.
And Tyler was in that band.
Oh.
And he was playing guitar at the time. Yeah, so that's when we were known as Siren, right? Yeah, Siren.
Siren was your first band?
Technically, no.
No?
Technically, it wasn't. I was in this band called Wild Child.
You just didn't want to talk about it?
No, I don't mind talking about it. I just didn't really think about it because, like, to me, it was it always kind of just wasn't together.
Yeah.
My drummer at the time, his name's AJ. He just passed away a couple years ago from overdose, and he was my drummer at the time. But so I don't really think about it because to me it's like it never was together because we all each had our own individual problems.
Yeah.
And
you guys were also like super young.
Yeah, we were super. I mean, he was about my age at the time that he was the drummer. I was 14 at the time. So I mean, like, but that was my first experience as a band, and AJ didn't show up to one of the shows, and I had to have my dad's drummer come fill in, like, learn all my songs day of show. So like there's a lot of funny stories with that project, but I just never viewed it as a band.
It was a learning experience.
It was a learning experience, and I had great friends out of that, and AJ was one of them.
And how did you and Tyler meet?
Band mix? I think.
Maybe, yeah.
I think band mix.
We had some mutual circle thing going on, but yeah, it was.
I think my dad was on the search. My dad has kind of always found new members until, like, we became Mycah, and then I started, like, being able to hear. As a singer, you tend to not be able to hear, like, what a bassist, or, like, what a good bassist sounds like, or a good guitarist, or a good drummer. Like, you're just like, oh, they can play. That's so cool. Like, I want them in my band.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, he was always the ear for us. And I mean, I think that's why we sound the way we do today, is because my dad has just kind of made sure we stay on track and make sure we sound good and don't sound like crap. So, I mean, it was probably my dad posted on Bandmix, and then Tyler came along, and my dad probably yelled at him a little bit. And, yeah, here he is today.
Stuck around.
Yeah.
Made it.
No words.
It's been like a long 5 years for us.
Well, you know, the thing about bands also, especially when you start really young, is you reach a point where it becomes real, and then everything before that doesn't exist, you know?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times for, you know, younger musicians, you know, as someone who started a band when I was 12, you start with covers. Like, that's always the first thing.
Yeah.
You're always doing a bunch of covers. And then you realize, okay, well, if we're going to be like a real band, we need to write our own stuff. And then you write songs and they're not good. And then you write more songs and they're better, but they're still not good. And then you write a decent song and you're like, wow, we did it. We're a real band, you know?
And that's how so many, I mean, because my godfather's Ricky Rocket, and he's always telling me his stories. And that's how they started out, was just like, they just would go sit and write together and, you know, and they would throw stuff out. I mean, I just listened to an old recording of Ride the Wind, which is one of their most popular songs. And the lyrics were some dumb crap before they actually came up with what they wanted to put on record. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's really unfortunately, but for me it was like different because I started writing my own songs at the age of 9, and then I kind of put band members in. Yeah. So I mean, that's always kind of been a problem for us. Not to talk about the negatives, but like band members get mad because they're like, I want to write. And it's like, well, I've been writing for 10 years now. You know, I've had 10 years to perfect what I'm doing, along with people like my dad, who's a singer of Owens. He's been doing it for 30 years. And Ricky, who's been doing it for 30 years. You know, so I've had people in my life teach me all this stuff. And then, you know, Tyler is the only one I've ever written with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's also a big problem. You know, problem as well is because also just and sometimes it works out beautifully, and you come up with this unique product, and everyone has their own influences that they use when writing. But sometimes it just doesn't click. Like, you just don't get anywhere with it.
Yeah, and it's like it's not like I'm just like no. Like, I give people a chance, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, that's great. Let's
well, you know, it helps we share those influences.
Yeah.
Especially with what we're playing these days, like.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy sometimes what people come in with. It's like, yeah, we should like just be this pop punk band, but we're gonna have like this one metal song. Yep, sounds great. We should totally do that. You're right.
What is your writing process like?
Usually, actually, I write my songs when I'm at amusement parks or in my car.
Why amusement parks? Why?
I don't know. I guess there's inspiration there. I don't know, but I always
like, ideas.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, Six Flags, Disneyland, doesn't matter where we are. I'm like, oh my gosh, we should write this. And it's always like, I don't know if you guys like listen to Mycah's music often, but like the songs, the lyrics that I come up with are generally not nice.
Yeah.
They're generally like I don't know, just like, I'm done with your attitude or whatever songs. Like, you know, because there's so many bullies in this world. But I don't know. Yes. And
I love you guys, but I hate you guys.
Yeah.
But I really love you guys.
But yeah, so it's just whatever I feel like. Lyrics could come first, music could come first. I start out with lyrics because that's what I was taught. And then once I started hearing like, oh, like drums like this would sound good, or like this bass line would sound good, then I started developing more as an artist.
Does a melody come to you immediately, or is it just like lyrical ideas?
Actually, usually it comes together. Like, I'll get I'm trying to think, this song I'm writing right now, it's like I was in my car, and then like I was like humming this melody, and then I was like, these lyrics fall perfectly with that melody. Yeah. And so, and it just kind of starts out that way, but sometimes it's like I'll get a block about either side. I'll get a block like I can't think of lyrics to this melody, but I like this melody, and then vice versa, you know? So, I mean, that's what it is.
And you also said that you guys share some common influences as well. So who would you say some of those main influences would be?
What's that band that you just introduced me to?
McFly.
Yeah, they're really good. I really like them.
Throwback. Throwback to McFly.
He just introduced me to that. I really like them. Because we were driving to Tulsa, and so that's like a 26-hour drive, and we had like 4 CDs in the car. So McFly was one of them. They're really good. They have a really solid album.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's almost like Green Day meets Beatles in a sense, the way they write.
Yeah, it's really nice. Really nice.
It's got that, like, it's got the music behind it, although it's really intricate too. They'll do like these certain sections of songs where you're like, how did 15-year-olds come up with that?
Yeah.
Well, they're now like 30, but
Yeah.
at the time it was like, even their first album, you're like, you would hear like even like Beach Boys, doo-wop kind of stuff, and you're like,
what? And then it's like
crazy.
And it's like pop punk kind of. Like,
they wrote it. The 2 main songwriters wrote it in their hotel room within a week. The entire album.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them. I just heard their album like one time all the way through.
I found McFly because they were featured prominently in a Lindsay Lohan movie
Just
called
My Luck.
Just My Luck.
Yeah.
And I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
And they were in it, and they did all the music for the movie as well.
Yeah.
So McFly, anybody else?
I mean, Green Day, 5 Seconds of Summer is a big one today. Just because, I mean, gosh, when you think about the last punk band that's come out of the scene, it's like Blink-182, I guess. Like Green Day, Blink-182. So it's like they're like the new thing for this generation. It's like, oh my gosh, there's a punk artist. Oh my gosh, we have to all freak out because there's a punk artist. So it's like there's not very many of them, because even like before that we're talking Sex Pistols, I mean, so definitely them.
One big one for me was All Time Low.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've always I've loved, they just have great melodies on top of these kind of heavier riffs. And then even going back to like Cheap Trick, where it was kind of the original pop punk
exactly.
kind of vibe, especially that first album in 1976. Like, you're like, whoa, it's punky, but it's like totally radio friendly.
Totally.
So they're another huge one for me.
Yeah, I feel like Five Sauce was like they're not as punk as they used to be. Like, I feel like that when they first started, they were trying to go for that, but then they like gained the fans from like One Direction, and then they're like,
you down.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
push you down, and that's the bad thing about having like a label or management or both. The people start telling you, oh, you have to be in this box.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's something that I feel like we've always tried to break. It's just like, we don't have a label, we don't have a management, we have us.
Yeah, a lot of artists nowadays are making it without a label. Like, a lot of artists.
It's totally doable today, and back in the 80s, it wasn't, because all the connections were hidden, and there wasn't the internet, and you couldn't find where somebody worked, and today it's like that's all accessible whenever you want it to
Exactly.
be. So it's
for sure.
totally available today.
Yeah.
So we want to play a song, Lauren?
Yeah, let's go ahead and play a song, and then we'll come back and we'll do some Twitter questions. So this first song that I have queued up is called Unbreakable. So tell me a little bit about this track.
Unbreakable.
Oh, there you go.
I remember that.
Gosh, just about bullying, I guess. Just about, I don't even know. I was 12 at the time when I wrote that song, and that's elementary school to middle school, so just about bullies, and still have those today.
Don't break me or I'll break you.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't really need you in my life, so you can go away and be hung up on me, but I'm not going to be hung up on you.
Love it, love it. All right, so this is Unbreakable by Mycah.
Do you ever think of me when you're out with the boy?
I'm going to go get a water. Anyway.
I don't know what just happened. We ended up losing the song. Uh-oh.
Good.
Let me, that was really weird. I don't know what happened. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah, we're
Alrighty.
stalling.
We're stalling. We're totally going to stall
right now.
I'm actually going to play another one of your songs that I have queued up called Already Over You, and then I'll
Yes.
load the other one back up.
Sounds great. Whatever works.
No clue what just happened, but this is Already Over You by Mycah.
Well, I hear you loud and clear. No need for these fake tears. They mean nothing to me. There's no pain to take away. Listening to what you're trying to say means nothing. Can you see to start a fight with me, 'cause all I'm trying to say is, in a minute you'll be my past now. Just a minute you're fading fast now. Wait a minute and I'll be new, 'cause I'm already over you. But I know that you don't care, so while we're standing here, this means nothing to me. A reputation to uphold, it's all going to unfold. It means nothing. Can you see? Hey, well, it's in through one ear, out the other. I know why. All I see is still mouth moving. No need to try. But you know that I am sick and tired of your ways. There's no need to start a fight with me, 'cause all I'm trying to say is, in a minute you'll be my past now. Just a minute you're fading fast now. Wait a minute and I'll be new, 'cause I'm already over you. Hey, ho, let's go! In a minute you'll be my past now. Just a minute you're fading fast now. Wait a minute and I'll be new, already over you. In a minute you'll be my past now. Just a minute you're fading fast now. Wait a minute and I'll be new, 'cause I'm already over you. 'Cause I'm already over you.
That was Already Over You by Mycah. We'll take a look at Unbreakable in just a little bit. But we do have some Twitter/Facebook questions that we want to make sure we get to. So
Before we do that, I want to do rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire.
It is a Twitter question, but it's just it's a
but-
lot to just like say.
all
as
right,
one
but I'm
question.
still going to do this first.
You're gonna do the jingle.
Tweet, 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 Twitter.
I love that so much.
That's so cute.
I love it.
Do you know Ingrid Michaelson?
No.
Oh well, she's an artist and she made that.
She had that song, the way I am, that was really popular, like early 2000s.
Yeah.
And she has a bunch of stuff. She's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome
I'll check her
singer-songwriter. But yeah, so that's her little Twitter jingle that she
I love that.
that she
That's
came
so
up with.
cute.
All right, rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
So you got to answer these
I think.
as quickly as possible, both of you.
Oh gosh.
So like at the same time, pick your answer.
It wouldn't be at the same time. That wouldn't. That would, if they have different answers, it'll be like.
Yeah, but I want to know what
Alright.
they
I have
each
to clear my
think.
throat
So.
for this.
No, you're
This
right.
is getting
You're right. You're
intense.
right.
Okay, so rapid fire questions. These are either or questions, so whichever one you feel inclined to say, because we'll see whether you guys kind of like link up or if you're totally opposites.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So Sean's got these for
I'm
you.
scared.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Paper or plastic?
Paper.
Plastic.
Fly or drive?
What?
Fly or drive?
Fly.
Fly. Fly. Yeah, that's easy. Athlete or nerds?
Nerds.
I don't even know what that says. Comedy or horror?
I love
Comedy.
both. But
Comedy. I like to laugh. Comedy.
I guess comedy, yeah.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Neither. Dr. Pepper.
Am I saying these?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess Dr. Pepper's a Pepsi product, so I changed my answer. Pepsi.
I honestly have no idea what this next one is. Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Meat.
Indiana
Texas.
Jones or Star Wars?
Star Wars, but I didn't see either, so.
I'll go with Star Wars.
You haven't seen Star Wars?
Or Indiana
Star Wars
Jones.
for sure.
Text or call?
Call.
Text.
Facebook or IGM?
Facebook.
Facebook.
What's IGM?
Instagram, probably.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Drive in or take out?
Take out.
Take out.
This says water or read. I don't know.
I'm gonna go. Wait.
It might be. I might be just not able to read cursive.
Watch or read.
Like watch a movie.
Oh, I thought I said water. I was like water.
Watch.
Definitely
Watch.
Definitely like movies.
Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones or Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee.
Definitely. Forgive or forget.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's hard, man.
Forgive or forget. This is supposed to be rapid fire, but that's a really deep question.
Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Spring or fall?
Spring.
Fall.
All right. Oh, cats or dogs?
Cats. That's probably really loud.
Cats.
I'm going
Batman
dog.
or Superman?
Batman.
I was gonna say Batman, but I don't know anything about either. I'm kind of a loser.
Mac or PC?
Mac.
And last one. This is not a either or. This is just yours. Favorite deli menu item?
Can I just say like turkey? I don't know. Like
That
what
counts?
kind of
That
answer
counts?
do you have?
Yeah. I don't go to the deli enough. That's the problem.
But yeah, that's from Kip. It's from the Warrant guys. So shout out to him for that rapid fire.
Yay.
All right. So we got a few more. So we'll start over there, and then we have some more. You want to start with those ones?
Yeah. Let's start
Okay,
with these ones. So this one is from Curtis Sheck. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. What band would you like to... Dude, I cannot read it. This writing right now.
Oh my goodness! Hand it over.
All right. You just
Hand it over.
I can't read anybody else's handwriting.
What band would you like to share the stage with for one night?
Share the stage with. There's so many bands. I would really like to one day do a show with My Chemical Romance if they ever decide
That
to get
reunion
back
buzz
together. It's
got me
totally
feeling
gonna
some type
happen.
of way, and I was so
Totally gonna
upset when they didn't reunite, and
Yeah.
I'm forever a sad emo girl.
Everyone in the world
it was like...
cried. Everyone. Or Poison, obviously.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know mine. Kiss.
Kiss?
Yeah.
All
Yes.
the way.
That's a great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This
It
next
is.
one's from Bob Long, and he said, "If not playing music, what would you do?"
Every musician's answer.
Is it
The awkward, nervous
is
laugh.
it sad to say I'm not talented enough to do anything else?
I feel. But I've kind of decided that one day when I'm really old, I'm just gonna like own a flower shop.
Okay. That's cool.
Flowers make me happy.
Would you
so-
arrange them, or would you just sell them?
I want to like grow flowers, but I like kill plants. So I don't know if that would actually work out for me, but in my dream fantasy, I'll be like 90 years old and like selling flowers and growing flowers, and it'll be great.
I feel ya. I kill succulents, so it's all good. True story. This next one is from
Right? Right? It's not. It's the handwriting. It's not just me.
last
It's
name is
kind of you.
Henson. Would you do a costume show if you could?
A costume show,
Yeah.
like where we dress up in costumes.
Yes. I'm assuming.
That I was just
assuming.
making sure. Like maybe
I'm
somebody else
I'm
has a different
assuming.
definition than me. I don't. I guess. Like I don't really care like what we wear so much. So like if we wanted to dress up, like I kind of dress up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now I'm just kind of like whatever clothes, but when I get on stage I get to kind of be like glitter girl. So it's kind of like my costume.
Yeah.
How tall are you guys? And that's from Kevin Goocher. That's your dad.
Thanks, Kevin Goocher, for the question. I'm 5'3".
6 feet.
6 feet.
You
Oh,
probably
okay.
didn't know that though about my height.
Your
You
dad.
probably didn't know how tall I was.
No.
This one comes from Bobby Rigo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Once again.
No one take offense to how we're pronouncing your names.
We are musicians, not English majors.
It says, where are you getting an Avenged Sevenfold tattoo?
I know.
And where would you have
I
it?
was kind of like curious about this question because like I've never talked about getting an Avenged Sevenfold tattoo.
Would you get an Avenged Sevenfold
So like
tattoo?
I don't talk about getting tattoos.
That's
Because I'm
so
terrified
random.
of needles. So nowhere. What was the second half of that question?
And where would you have it?
Oh yeah, where? Well, if I was going to get an Avenged Sevenfold tattoo, I'd probably get it on my ankle.
Okay. You want to read that one? It's for Tyler.
Oh, why? Why?
Oh no.
Tyler gets a special question.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is just for Tyler.
Oh, gosh.
Tell us how it worked out at the Bliss Lounge.
They're talking about, just for background, Monsters of Rock Cruise.
Oh no.
I got a little
Monsters
bit
of
of
Rock
the
Cruise.
story. Go ahead. Don't say it like you did in the car, because that took the whole ride over here. But
Yeah.
sum it up for everybody.
It was a fun night with friends, and there was some karaoke
Too
involved.
much alcohol.
What cruise line was it?
Norwegian.
Pearl.
Okay, I know the Bliss Lounge. I've been in the Bliss Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was influenced by some buddies around me, and one thing led to another. And
He means influence. He means by alcohol, not by peer. Well, probably peer pressure too.
yeah, even though I'm like half the age of some of those people, but no offense to.
Okay, just tell your story.
Okay, no,
Quit insulting people.
I don't know. It's how that worked out for me. I don't know how to explain that.
He
It
doesn't
just-
remember.
No, I mean I remember. It's just I blame the ship rocking and.
Other
Like I said, there was
excuses.
karaoke involved. There was, just hanging out with friends. I mean, I made the most of my last night on the cruise.
Did
so
you make it to bed that night?
Hardly, but I did.
And you made it off the ship, obviously.
I did.
So I
I-
would say it went
It was
pretty
okay.
well.
It was
I
all right.
slept like an
Yeah.
hour before I had to get up. So,
No
work
one
out.
feels bad for you.
yeah, they don't.
This one says, how did each band member feel when you got a notice that your EP, Diamond in the Rough, is that what?
That's it. Yeah,
Okay. Was in
the
the
way that you said that.
just because they like made it emphasized. So like, anyways, was the first. What does that say? First.
Oh my goodness.
You-
Give it to me.
You probably.
You've been banned from reading
All right.
questions.
I guess I'm not reading questions anymore.
Notice that your latest EP, Diamond in the Rough, was in the first round of being nominated for a Grammy.
I'm pretty excited. I'm just trying not to get too excited about it, because I looked at all the bands in that category. 5 Second Summer is in there. I mean, like all these bands
Yeah.
are in that category. So I'm like, what are the odds out of 200 bands? I mean, we already kind of broke the odds because there's thousands and thousands of artists and songs that are submitted to this category
Yeah.
for Best Rock Album. And we already got narrowed down from that to 200. So, I mean, that's pretty good.
No, that's
so,
a really
like,
good
the
accomplishment.
Grammy Foundation likes us, I guess I could say, maybe. And,
No, they hate you. And
yeah, they hate me and they just want to see me cry. So, yeah, so, I mean, I hope that everything goes well with it. We'll see.
Well, congratulations on that
Thank
one.
you. Thanks. Yeah, so hopefully I would really like to be just nominated.
How did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty trippy. It was crazy enough with the whole Billboard chart thing.
Yeah.
Months prior to that, but
You
yeah.
tell what is that about? Billboard charts.
Well, it was just like that first week.
We were on
We, like,
9 Billboard charts with Diamond in the
all
Rough.
in these different
and
categories.
I think we're like number 1 in a few of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. So that in itself, I was tripping out on, and then I saw that and I was like, no way.
I know, it kind of was like, well, because we got notified from the Grammys, but we also, like, I didn't actually hear the news until from, like, my producer, the producer of the album, Adam Hamilton, because the producer gets notified when the musicians get notified too. And he was like, your album just got past the first round of Grammy noms. And it was like, oh my gosh, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, we definitely have a lot of thanks to Adam Hamilton because he really just made our album sound awesome. So, yeah.
Very cool, very cool. From Harold Bennett, we have, what CD was playing last in the car?
Thank you for the question, Harold Bennett. What's your answer, Tyler?
Mine was the latest Pretty Reckless album that just came out a couple days ago. That thing's killer.
Ooh, I
man.
haven't checked it out yet.
I was about to say that. I didn't even know they came out with a new album.
Man, it's killer. It just came out on Friday, and it's just so different. I don't know if you ever any of you heard the other two albums. But
Yeah.
this thing it's totally bluesy, soul. It's all around. Yeah, man. Taylor Momsen, she's got a great voice.
I was about to say that Taylor Momsen's amazing.
So that was mine.
Who is the craziest musician you've ever met?
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie?
Yes. Definitely crazy. He's so funny though.
He's really like calm in person, huh? I mean, when I met him at Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, he can be. He can be. No, he can be like either way. Like, I feel like he's just kind of one of those like mood musicians. Like, if he needs to be calm, everybody needs to be calm. And then like when it's crazy, you know? So like he was really fun to be around. Yeah, he was really fun, I thought.
You have a lot of musicians in mind.
Well, it's not just that. It's just like I have to think in terms of crazy too. I don't know, like
everyone's kind of equally crazy.
The spectrum though sometimes too is like sometimes you meet someone where just you think they're too chill, and then others you're like, oh, was it like my fault for even saying anything? So
but it's like when we're like talking about like we just got off the cruise and that's like filled with all these crazy rock artists, so it's like if you're going off that spectrum, like everyone's crazy, you know, but like compared to everybody else in the world, like they're probably way crazier than normal people, I guess. Normal acting people.
You should read that one because I don't want to mess it up.
Oh my goodness. So you're
it's a long one.
It's a very long one. So this question is for both of you guys. Since you are both artists that have connections with two of the best...
There's emphasis here. We're waiting for it. Drum roll.
The best blank... the hard rock in 80s, and you play 80s events. Have you ever thought about being an extension of what was so great about the time period and bringing it to the now, like groups like Santa Cruz have done?
That was a lot to process.
I know. I was like, my brain's stuck at like, okay, 80s.
Basically saying, would you, be into taking, everything that was awesome about the 80s and putting it into your music and kind of like making it
I feel
part
like
of you?
We kind of do that, because we do have a lot of influence from the 80s, like they were saying. And we definitely do that with our show. Our show is like totally fun. And, that's why we get booked on so many 80s shows or 80s festivals or stuff, because it's just like, we're like, I don't know, they see us like the new band like that, I guess, that just like does crazy stuff and acts crazy and wears crazy and all that stuff. So I mean, like, we do take on a little bit of that persona, but just because I think we grew up in it.
Definitely.
It's our normal. It's not like, oh my gosh, you're so 80s. Like, that's just the way we grew up, and that's the way we are, and that's who we've become.
Yeah, totally. We have another question here that says, will you ever redo an Eddie Wilson / Eddie and the Cruisers cover?
She's like rolling her eyes.
Kip again. No. Sorry, Kip.
Nope. Just
flat no.
Not happening.
But I appreciate it.
All right, so this one's for Devin. If you could do a duet with someone, who would it be?
That's hard. I feel like I just talked about this, but I like my mind's blanking, but I really like Lady Gaga. So, I mean, like she's probably like one of my idols, my biggest idols. So, I mean, like I would love to do anything with her, even like sit in her presence. So.
And then the question for the band, I think we just did this one. Yeah. Who would you like to share the stage with, right? Yeah.
We just did that.
Yes. We got that.
Yeah, we did that.
I think that's it for...
No, I got two more here.
Oh, okay.
If I
if you can read it.
The second one's I'm having some trouble with, but this one I could probably do. This one says, what is Devin like to be in the band with?
What do you have to say, Tyler?
Where do I begin?
Negative first, then the positive second. Got to end on a high note.
I don't think I can say anything negative, as strange as that sounds.
He's too kind.
Well, it's just... well, here's the thing is I can say I have way more experience than the other guys with her. That's partially it. So it's like after all these years, you know their little niches and...
Definitely.
And it's all this stuff anyways. So, but even then, I mean, I didn't feel like
We get along really well. I mean, that's the only way you can be together for 5 years, right?
Yeah,
Just to get along.
There's no negativity, positivity.
Kinda mean.
Not even that. She
My
always.
feet smell.
Does she yell?
Not at me.
Does she throw things?
Well, no, not really. Here and there, but that's actually
Only
for
when
this.
somebody makes me really angry.
Well, and it's for the sake of if she's yelling at me, it's really to yell at the others. But that's her way of saying no. I'm just gonna yell at him so that it makes it look
I
like.
believe in equality.
And then like after everyone leaves, you're like, I didn't mean it.
Yeah. So if it's directed at me, it's really not just directed at me. So I guess you can't.
You know, I feel like when you're trying to make your point, I don't feel like it's fair to just direct it at one person. Like, we're a band, and it's all our fault if something happens.
Yeah.
So you're kind of pointing it at one person, but you're gonna make it broad so everybody gets the message.
I'm gonna make it broad because I don't want to repeat myself. Like, I don't want to have the same problems. We shouldn't have the same problems. We get way too many great opportunities to have the same problems.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I mean, with me, it's like I just know myself, and like, you know, I didn't do so great on this show.
She makes it known though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
She gets the point across pretty fast. And positivity, well, I don't know. I just feel like I've always praised the whole, you know, we mesh so well on stage together, and I don't know, just there's a camaraderie there, and
love.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's not too much to say, but there's not.
We don't drive each other insane.
That's good.
That's
That's
basically it.
positive.
That's the bottom
some people
line.
That's the
have,
gist of
like
it.
weird habits, and you're just like, oh, I don't know if I can deal with you.
And this is the last one. Any Christmas songs for 2K16?
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
I've been waiting to answer that question because I saw it on there, and I'm like, I can't wait to answer. Yeah. Just don't know, like.
When?
Yeah, don't really know when, but yeah, there will be.
Cool.
We're doing some acoustic shows for like the remainder of this year, like, because we spent the whole year doing the band, and it's like now it's like the holiday season, it's like happy, and we're gonna like go do some acoustic shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm trying to get these guys to like work up some Christmas songs for us to do, and like maybe even an original Christmas song, maybe.
Ooh.
I'm not promising, but maybe.
You'll get there. You'll get there for sure.
We'll see.
Awesome. Well, let's take a listen to Unbreakable for real this time, and we will be back with Mycah. So this is Unbreakable by Mycah.
Do you ever think of me when you're out with the boys, trying to get your kicks, playing with your toys? Do I ever cross your mind when I'm not around? You're cruising through the streets, heading downtown. We get somebody else, putting love on the shelf. We get somebody else, putting love on the shelf. I don't need ya, I don't care. Go live your life anywhere but here. You think I'll miss you, I know I don't. They can hurt me, you're broke, 'cause I'm unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. My heart's unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. unbreakable, unbreakable. My heart's unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. I'm unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. My heart's unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. I'm unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. My heart's unbreakable, unbreakable,
I think that song was called Unbreakable.
I don't think so. I think it's something called something else.
I think you got the wrong song, guys.
I think. I'm not quite sure. But you do have a guitar in studio, and I believe that we are going to listen to you play some lovely music.
We are.
What song are you gonna play?
We're going to play another song off of the EP, Diamond in the Rough. This one's called What You're All About.
All right, take it away.
Here you go again, stirring up the same old regrets. 'Cause I let you in. I should know better. Now I know better. 'Cause I understand that I'm just part of your sick games, just part of your plan. This was all your plan. You're looking up, we never look down. And I'm trying hard to fix
I had to add the applause track in there. I don't know if you can hear it or not. But very awesome job.
Thank you.
Very cool. Well, we are just about out of time, but I want to thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Before we go, any last words you want to get out there? Any shows, social media where people can stalk you, and everything else?
Facebook.com/Mycah official. Of course, you could probably find our personal pages from there. YouTube Mycah, Twitter Mycah Band, Instagram Mycah Band is where you can follow us. We'll have updates on shows there as they come along, because we will with the acoustics for sure. And we'll also be posting some videos of our trial and error with that. Gosh, yeah, thanks to Adam Hamilton, and thanks to Mom and Dad. I'm already writing my speech for the Grammys. They're like, oh my gosh, you're not that good. So. I'm not gonna win a Grammy.
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I'm Lauren Dair.
And I'm Sean Lusk.
And this has been The Music Project. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.